Archangel Michael says, there was movement in the realm of the living last night that should not have been possible. At precisely 2:13 a.m., a shadow detached itself from a soul once bound by an oath to guard your life, but it no longer stands in your favor. This shadow is not a spirit of the dead, but a projection of betrayal birthed by the living. What followed you was not hunting your body, but your silence. A vow that was made in your name has been broken in secret, and now the person behind it fears your truth more than they fear punishment. They are sending signs, tricks, distractions, trying to keep you from remembering what you were never supposed to forget. You were not imagining the flicker of dark energy behind your back, or the temperature drop around your spine. That presence was not trying to scare you, it was warning you. Something has been tampered with in your destiny, and someone you once trusted is responsible. They know your schedule. They know where your eyes go when you feel unsettled. And now, they are using that familiarity to trap your energy before you realize it's being drained. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, there was once a sacred bond between your spirit and theirs. But temptation made them renegotiate their loyalty behind closed doors. A deal was struck, and your silence was part of the payment. That's why recently, you felt like your own shadow isn't your own. Why some mornings you wake up, and it feels like your reflection is watching you instead of being you. These are not just spiritual glitches, they are signs that something unseen is interfering with your identity. Last week, your name came up in a conversation you weren't meant to be part of. That conversation was recorded in a room filled with whispers, candles, and a name written backward on parchment. They used your name for protection, while planning something that could leave you vulnerable. But they forgot one thing: your destiny is armored by higher forces. Your silence may have served them once, but now your truth has its own rhythm, and it's getting louder. Type Amen to get blessing 411. The one who promised to protect you is no longer protecting you, they're hiding from you. What they've done has created a ripple in the spiritual fabric you once shared. And now they're afraid you will remember the moment it all began to fracture. It started with a strange gift. A trinket. A word spoken too slowly. That was not affection, it was a spell meant to bind your choices to theirs. The good news is, the truth always pushes through when light finds the smallest crack. Your energy has begun to reject the manipulation. And they feel it, because last night, they weren't sleeping when the shadow left their side and moved toward you. You are being watched, not just by a person, but by the consequence of their decision. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Something is returning to you. A memory you buried. A warning your soul whispered to you. Years ago before they convinced you otherwise. You are being called to recognize signs you've been trained to ignore. That flickering bulb. That moment of forgetting where you placed your keys. That recurring dream where the room feels familiar, but the people look wrong. Those aren't coincidences, they are layered messages breaking through the fog. You were given a gift long ago to sense disruption before it reached your door. That gift is reactivating now. Archangel Michael says, your power has been underestimated for too long. The moment of silent endurance is over. What follows now is the return of your voice, louder, clearer, impossible to silence. Type Amen to get blessing 992. The shadow followed because it was instructed to, but what it saw when it touched your field made it hesitate. It did not expect resistance. It did not expect your aura to push back. It's because your soul remembers something your conscious mind still hides. A night where words were spoken, hands were shaken, and your future was signed into a silent pact. You thought it was love. But it was a contract cloaked in affection. Now the contract is breaking. The one who wrote it in your name is scrambling. Their access to your energy is no longer as open as it once was. They're trying to send someone else now. Not the shadow, but a real person. Someone close. Watch their patterns. They may offer help, but they will come with a need to fix something in your life. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Don't accept packages from people you haven't spoken to in months. Don't wear something that makes your chest feel heavy. If your skin reacts to a scent, don't ignore it. Your body speaks when your spirit can't. The betrayal is not random. It's connected to jealousy, fear, and a secret someone told them about your potential. They thought if they could delay your path long enough, they could step into the space that was always meant for you. But fate doesn't forget who it belongs to. The delay may have cost you peace, but it did not erase your blessing. The only reason it hasn't arrived yet is because something old needs to be confronted first. The shadow came to alert you, not frighten you. It is not your enemy. The enemy wears a friendly face. Type Amen to get blessing 808. Do you remember the time your intuition screamed at you, but you silenced it out of guilt? That moment is returning, but this time you must choose differently. A message is about to come, written, spoken, or shown, and you will know it's not ordinary. It will shake your chest slightly, cause your hands to tingle. That's your confirmation. Spirit is stirring inside you. The person who once promised to never betray you is hoping you never realize how much damage they've caused. They still want access to your energy. They still want to rewrite the narrative before you speak your version. But your truth will rise. It will not be controlled. And it will be heard. Type Amen to get blessing 144. You may have been spiritually drained lately because they've been using a proxy to channel what was once directly linked. A cousin, a mutual friend, or someone pretending to check on you. This energy is not neutral, it's investigative. You're not being paranoid. You're being protected. Those sleepless nights, that urge to look over your shoulder, it's your inner warrior being awakened. There's a journal. A page. A file. Something physical that still ties you to them. You must find it and release it. The moment it leaves your space, the grip begins to break. You are not cursed, you are being cleansed. Type Amen to get blessing 232. Archangel Michael says, you are not alone in this. Forces of light are circling the truth. What was done in your absence will soon be revealed in your presence. Prepare your heart. Not everyone will be able to face your strength when you step into what was once hidden. They called you fragile, but underestimated how deep your roots are. You are being led back to the place where the lie was first planted, not to suffer, but to burn it down. You will walk there with new eyes, and what once confused you will now empower you. Do not be afraid of returning. You are not the same person who was wounded there. Type Amen to get blessing 616. Your light has been cloaked for too long by someone who wanted to keep your radiance to themselves. They were afraid of your growth, your voice, your truth. That's why they tried to turn you into a version of yourself that wouldn't question them. A version that was obedient, sweet, unaware. But now you see too much. And that scares them. Your awakening has begun. Each shadow has an origin, and this one is human. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, when they see your spirit rise again, they will act like they never doubted you. But don't be fooled. Watch their eyes, not their lips. You don't owe explanations to those who tried to silence you. You owe truth to yourself. Let your intuition be your compass. If it feels uneasy, pause. If it feels familiar, ask why. If it feels like home, only then move forward. What stalked you at 2:13 a.m. was not evil, it was evidence. Evidence of a turning tide, of a truth surfacing, of a path returning to its rightful owner. Type Amen to get blessing 717. The next few days will test you in ways that seem ordinary on the surface, but beneath, they hold divine markers of decision. Someone you haven't spoken to in weeks may suddenly contact you under the illusion of casual conversation. Be cautious. Their words will be light, but their intent is to measure how much you remember. They need to know if the truth is still buried. They are nervous that your spirit has already reconnected with the part of you they tried to suppress. That's why they've been restless, and why the shadow came before them, to see if you're ready to remember. There was a place you once loved to visit, a park, a rooftop, a quiet room. And you've avoided it lately without understanding why. That place holds a spiritual imprint of your innocence before the deception. Now you are being pulled back there, not to suffer again, but to retrieve the strength you left behind. You are about to reclaim your spiritual memory. It's not a flash of light, it's a slow burn of knowing. And once it begins, nothing and no one can trick you again. Type Amen to get blessing 424. They made a mistake by involving your name in their ritual of secrecy. What they whispered in your absence echoed back to your angels, and now, the truth is demanding balance. There is a reason certain dreams keep repeating, especially around full moons. That's when your energy is most open, and when their grip is weakest. That's why they fear the moon's reflection, it mirrors what they did in darkness. You are not cursed. You are chosen. That's why so many try to contain you, label you, or confuse you. But chosen ones do not stay asleep forever. There is a ticking sound growing louder in your soul. That's not anxiety, it's the countdown to a breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 303. The one who betrayed you is beginning to unravel. Their words are slipping. Their calm is cracking. Their allies are losing interest because the secret is no longer working. They can feel your truth rising like smoke from a fire they thought they buried. And now, they're scared of what happens when your memory returns with full power. Someone tried to rearrange your fate, but you were divinely written, not man-made. No ritual, no curse, no betrayal can destroy what was blessed before birth. Your name is being spoken in places of light again. The chains are snapping. The protection is returning. Type Amen to get blessing 118. A message is coming in physical form. It could be a letter, a photo, or something mailed to the wrong address. It will seem random, but it's not. It was guided to you. Don't dismiss it. It carries a vibration meant to awaken a specific part of your soul. This message will reconnect a memory you've hidden under layers of emotional protection. When it arrives, you will feel your palms heat up. That's your spirit confirming it's real. Don't show it to anyone yet. Let it speak to you first. What you discover will shake your reality, but it will also set you free. Type Amen to get blessing 616. In this season, the universe is not just revealing the lie, it is exposing the architect. The one who signed the betrayal in silence and hoped you'd remain unaware. They once wore your favorite color. Gave you advice. They even helped you at your lowest moment. But that help came with hidden strings. You are not wrong for trusting. Your heart was never the problem. Their envy was. They couldn't become you, so they tried to control you. Type Amen to get blessing 373. Now their strategy is collapsing. The shadow that walked behind you was not hunting, it was marking time. It was a witness, sent by a higher realm, to record what must now be reversed. Every step it took was a reflection of your rise. Every second it lingered was a countdown to their exposure. You will feel strange shifts in your body, pressure in the chest, heat in the palms, light vibrations in your ears. These are not health warnings. These are spirit alarms. They are signaling alignment. Something is falling into divine order. You're about to step into what they tried to delay. Type Amen to get blessing 141. Archangel Michael says, the light that's forming around your destiny cannot be hidden any longer. It is glowing through cracks in their illusion. Even they are starting to see it, and they don't know how to dim it again. They will soon try one last attempt, through emotion. Through memory. Through nostalgia. But you must be wise enough to look at the whole picture. What hurt you once is not entitled to return without reparation. Your spirit knows this. It's why you've been more guarded lately. Your higher self is already protecting your entry into the next dimension of truth. Type Amen to get blessing 909. There is a list with your name on it. A spiritual roll call of those marked for massive transformation in the weeks ahead. You are not on it by accident. You are on it by divine recall. Everything that has been stripped from you will be returned with purpose. Not to relive the past, but to repurpose the pain into power. The shadow was the final symbol. The last spiritual check to see if you were ready to be initiated into awareness. You passed. You noticed. You didn't ignore the sign this time. Type Amen to get blessing 833. Now prepare yourself. The veil is thinning. Conversations will sound different. People will begin revealing parts of themselves they tried to hide. This is not an illusion, it's alignment. You will know who speaks with honesty and who speaks from fear. You will feel it in your stomach, in the tightening of your throat, in the peace or chaos that follows their presence. You are not imagining it. You are evolving. The betrayal they hope to cover has now become the fire that forges your spiritual armor. Type Amen to get blessing 191. Their silence recently is not respect, it's strategy. They are hoping to distance themselves from the consequences before the truth reaches the surface. But it's too late. The light has already touched your name. What is coming cannot be delayed. The spiritual court has made its decision. You are not called to revenge. You are called to elevation. But in your rising, they will witness what they tried to prevent, your return to power. Archangel Michael says, you are already protected by forces they cannot name, and blessings they cannot access. Type Amen to get blessing 707. You were never meant to walk blindly. You were always designed to awaken when the time was ripe. And now, the fruit of your vision is ready to be harvested. This is why your sleep has shifted. Why familiar places now feel foreign. You are shedding the layer that kept you too small for too long. Your destiny is expanding, and those who once felt taller than you are shrinking under your rising truth. You are about to confront what they thought you'd never find. Not for vengeance, but for closure. Type Amen to get blessing 262. The shadow that followed you has completed its mission. It has reported back that you are awake, aware, and spiritually armed. It can no longer follow you, because you are no longer blind. You are stepping into vision, into clarity, into reclamation. The lie is dying. The truth is rising. And you are being restored. Archangel Michael says, do not fear what follows next. The hand of heaven is on your shoulder now, and no force on earth can stop what has been divinely activated in your name. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. There is something ancient in your soul that their betrayal could not reach. Even when they tried to strip you of confidence, love, clarity, there remained a silent ember deep inside you that refused to go out. That ember has now turned to flame. You may feel the heat in your spine when you speak truth aloud. That's your soul standing behind your words. The spirit world is echoing you, magnifying your voice beyond what ears can hear. The person who followed your path spiritually never expected you to activate again. They thought they had time. They thought they had power. But you are not the same as before. You've been altered by pain, refined by spiritual fire, and empowered by divine mercy. Type Amen to get blessing 747. You are not being called to explain your shift. You are being called to walk it boldly. The ones who loved you for your silence will never celebrate your roar. The shadow that once walked behind you is now beneath you. Its message has been delivered. Its purpose is complete. Now begins the season where mirrors will crack. Where fake smiles will tremble. Where the people who played with your energy will look away when you enter the room, not because they're guilty, but because your presence reflects their betrayal. Let that happen. Let them turn. Type Amen to get blessing 363. Your home is being spiritually recalibrated. If you felt strange energy in certain corners, it's not a haunting, it's a cleansing. Things that once felt comforting might now feel unsettling. That's not fear, it's awareness. You're beginning to sense what you couldn't before. Smells. Sounds. Faces in photos. The room that suddenly feels too quiet. These are all indicators that your spiritual senses are waking up. You are no longer just living, you are perceiving. Type Amen to get blessing 828. The person who made that secret vow involving your name is watching you. Not always in person, but through mediums, mutual friends, even dreams. They are obsessed with knowing if their interference still affects you. They are afraid because deep inside, they know they've already lost access to your destiny. They cannot reclaim what was never theirs. They cannot control what heaven wrote before they were even born. You are not just awakening, you are becoming untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 969. Don't be surprised if animals begin acting differently around you. If birds follow you. If lights flicker when you enter a room. Your aura is changing. The unseen realm knows who you are before you speak a word. They knew the betrayal before you felt the sting. And now they know you're standing up. That you've had enough. That you've seen the mask slip. This is not revenge. This is revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 646. You will soon hear something that was kept from you for years. It might come through a slip of the tongue, a message meant for someone else, or a confession wrapped in apology. When it comes, don't react in anger. React in power. Let them see how unshakable you've become. Let them taste the silence of someone who no longer needs their approval. You were never made to shrink for the comfort of liars. Type Amen to get blessing 121. Archangel Michael says, the divine has granted you a gift hidden in pain, vision. Not physical sight, but inner sight. You now see through manipulation, through charm, through lies disguised as affection. You see patterns. You notice shifts in tone. You detect emotional traps before they spring. They cannot fool you anymore, because your soul has built immunity. What they once used to hook you now burns in your light. Type Amen to get blessing 505. If someone offers you help out of nowhere, pause. Not all assistance is pure. Some kindness is laced with strings. This week, be mindful of who shows up during your transformation. Not everyone is happy about your return to strength. Some will try to guide you, when what they really mean is control. Smile if you must. But listen to your gut before following any advice. Your soul has a compass now. And it never points toward confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 343. The dreams you've been having? They aren't random. They're encrypted memories rising through the veil. That place you keep returning to at night, with the unfamiliar faces and blurred sounds, it's real. It's a soul message. A past truth that's resurfacing. Don't dismiss your instincts. Don't brush off those middle-of-the-night wake-ups. They are scheduled moments from the divine. You are receiving downloads. And soon, you will remember the full picture. Type Amen to get blessing 212. Your timeline has shifted. What was delayed is being realigned. What was lost is now circling back in upgraded form. You may feel a strange sense of time bending. That's your destiny catching up to your decisions. The betrayal pushed you out of sync. But your courage brought you back. From now on, your footsteps will feel guided. Your path, clearer. Your voice, protected. The shadow that once followed now fears your light. Type Amen to get blessing 313. Archangel Michael says, do not look back in regret. You had to go blind to awaken your true sight. You had to trust the wrong people to learn who you really are. You had to fall to build spiritual legs strong enough to never kneel for lies again. Now your crown is rising. Your energy is louder than your pain. And your future is reclaiming you. You were betrayed, but not broken. You were followed, but never captured. You were chosen. Always. Type Amen to get blessing 1001.